your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is The Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Tuesday the 27th of April, 3-year anniversary of the release of Avengers Infinity War, birthday to director Matt Reeves, the Oscar-nominated Sally Hawkins, Pirates of the Caribbean mainstay Kevin McNally, and Years scribe Russell T Davies, the day the 5-year engagement came out in 2012, and the day on which this is what's going on. Following its big win at the Academy Awards this past weekend, the Mads Mikkelsen-fronted Another Round is set for a Hollywood remake. Entitled Druk in its mother tongue, the film, which picked up Best International Feature at the Oscars, is a Danish dramedy about 4 friends who decide to test a theory. Could continually drinking alcohol, keeping to a consistent and specific blood alcohol level at all times, imbue them with heightened creativity and good times? Well, naturally, before long, things get wildly out of hand, leading to a cascade of catastrophes in the friends' personal lives. Leonardo DiCaprio's production company Appian Way won a fierce bidding war for the project, with some sources reporting that DiCaprio himself is eyeing the remake's lead role. The original's director and co-writer, Oscar nominee Thomas Vinterberg, is on board to executive produce the American version, but won't be participating in any other role. Given that it's such early days, no timeline for the film's production's been set as yet.
I don't want no Beaner Bronco buster handing me that $50,000. I want the old man himself. Murdoch Lancer puts $50,000 in my lap, or I'll eat this little pitcher down a well.
Having mentioned the Oscars, whilst the Academy Awards were a night of surprises and celebration for the attendees, it seems that the rest of the world was a little bit less enthused. According to Nielsen ratings, the 93rd annual ceremony pulled in a historic low of 9.9 million viewers, the very first time a ceremony has ever dipped below 10 million. That number is down a whopping 58% from last year's ceremony, though this does appear to be down to a couple of factors. First, that after a year of quarantines and closed cinemas, the majority of films nominated simply weren't on the general public's radar, even more so than in previous years, and despite all but one being available to UK audiences on streaming as of this week. And secondly, in the middle of a global pandemic in which ordinary people have been struck harshly with poverty and death, many frankly just weren't interested in watching a room full of millionaires pat each other on the back. All this led to many viewership polls decrying the actual telecast, which in a baffling move decided to forego a host again and have even fewer clips of films and performances than usual, resulting in what critics called a sterile and dry ceremony that saw regular viewers polled by TV Line giving the show an average grade of F, becoming the first show to ever land the score. Now, whether this is a passing blip for the Oscars or a damning sign of things to come remains to be seen.
And the Oscar goes to Je Jung-yoon.
Comedian, director, writer, and marijuana poster child Seth Rogen is set to lead an upcoming action comedy with a twist. The film, which is currently coming together under the working title Escape, will be a stunt-focused action movie that utilizes the physical comedy of a classic Buster Keaton or Jackie Chan flick. The idea came about during a series of conversations in which Rogen realized that the majority of the most well-remembered scenes in his comedy features focused upon his physicality and talent for slapstick. Of one such conversation, Rogen remembers asking, "Why are those just the supporting things? Why are those, amidst a sea of talky jokes, these things that pop up once in a while? Why don't we make a bunch of these jokes and not rely on verbal humor?" Rogen has even stated that the project is currently planning to film entirely without a script, instead leaning on a physical flipbook-esque storyboard, and with the intent to improvise minimal dialogue on set. Escape is presently awaiting a confirmed production schedule and release date. Seth Rogen, meanwhile, releases his first book, Yearbook, a collection of personal essays, on May 11th.
Tom!
Nobuhiko Obayashi's Labyrinth of Cinema is new for Mubi subscribers today, while over on Freeview you can see Roadhouse on 5-star, City Slickers The Kid and True Grit on Film 4, The Fifth Wave and Predestination on Sony Movies, Hellboy and Straight Outta Compton on ITV4, and Doom and Burying the X on the Horror Channel. While your Sky Cinema and Now premiere for today is the female arm wrestling comedy Golden Arm. That's the Daily Reel for Tuesday, April 27th. Keep it cinematic, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.